Alright guys, time is running out to pick up August's Loot Crate, which is themed anti-hero. It will include exclusive Harley Quinn items shipped right to your door for less than $20, around $13 actually, not including shipping of course. This will even drop down more once you use any discount code. You can feel free to use mine, that's SLCMOF for 10% off your order. You can try it out just for a month and just try out the anti-hero crate, of course, corresponding to the release of Suicide Squad, or you can get a 3-month or a 1-year subscription, whatever you fancy doing. Okay, hope you guys will enjoy the video.
Awesome. When you're going down, it feels just like you're actually dropping levels. It is virtual reality.
As you put the mask on, the mirror appears, and you look into the mirror and you see in your own face it's Batman. So that's when you really feel it.
I felt powerful, I felt strong. It was cool to have the belt on and to just grab your stuff and throw it.
That was a lot of fun.
Closest thing that you could possibly get to being Batman.
Seeing the I'm Batman, it's pretty cool.
It is beautiful. Oh man, the graphics on that, you are Batman.
You feel like you're transported someplace else. It's very cool.
It was intense, being able to do different things with his hands and take different gadgets.
Being able to look all around and use his gadgets, it really feels like you're Batman.
Absolutely incredible. It was amazing.
It felt so real.
Awesome. Oh my god.
Amazing. I want it.
This is the future. Be the Batman.
Be the Batman.
Be the Batman.
Alright, hey, what's going on guys? My name is Slikk, and I'm back again with another video, and you just watched the official Batman Arkham VR trailer, and for the first time, we just saw some gameplay for the Batman Arkham VR experience premiering in October, and I call this an experience because calling it a game is probably overselling what it actually is. The game is, or experience, whatever you want to call it, is going to take about roughly an hour to play through. It's VR exclusive, and it's not only just VR exclusive, such that even if you have a VR system that's way better than the PSVR, such as Oculus Rift, which is actually a higher quality system in terms of the graphics and everything like that, and other VR systems that are way higher quality on PC and can actually plug into your Xbox One, these actually won't run the game. You can't play it on that. You can only play it on PlayStation 4 with the very specific PlayStation VR headset that is for sale for $400. Which is more than a PlayStation costs right now. So yeah, calling it a game in its own right is sort of doing an injustice to the other games that Rocksteady has developed, such as Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight. And for the first time, we have seen some gameplay from the Batman Arkham VR trailer. So from people that played it in a demo, we have this basic report of how the game opens up. Okay, so the first scene is essentially Bruce Wayne walking through Wayne Manor and taking the elevator down to the Batcave, and you put on the cape and cowl. That's a pretty damn cool scene if you ask me. The second scene is where you go to a crime scene and you see supposedly Dick Grayson dead. So look for any, make sure no Clayface is there or something like that. I mean, we know there's going to be some twist because it's a prequel to Batman Arkham Knight. It's some point before, I'm pretty sure it's even before Arkham Asylum. So Dick Grayson's not actually dead. We know that they wouldn't kill Dick Grayson in the game itself. At least I wouldn't presume. So with that being said, he's likely not dead, but then again, it's their last Batman Arkham game, so they might be like, fuck it, let's just do something crazy, and maybe they will kill him, who knows. But one thing I do know is that, this is a game for me, even as the avid Arkham fan that I am. This game doesn't really interest me to buy it in any way. I have no incentive to actually go out and spend $400 to get the PlayStation VR headset, especially because the game is so short. And furthermore, the whole pitch of the game is sort of, be the Batman. You can actually be Batman, and you can do these Batman-y things, and you can actually see through the cape and cowl itself. Well, one of the things that really takes me out of that whole pitch is that Batman has no arms. it's like a weird 2006, Wii game where the hand is there but not the arm. I mean, if you really want to immerse me, if you really want me to feel like Batman, give Batman arms for God's sake. I mean, come on now. Furthermore, so, you know, that sort of takes me out of it. I feel as though this game very much so feels more like a novelty than a full-blown game. But even putting that aside and putting aside the fact that the game is only 1 hour long, the gameplay, from what we've learned, is nothing really that is going to make you feel like Batman. So yes, there is detective work in that opening scene of the game, and yes, we do put on the cape and cowl, but all of the things that we think about when we think of Batman doing, we can't really do in the game, okay? You can get your grapple gun and shoot and go to one scene, but only in a very linear format. You can't actually free roam. There's nothing like this. Furthermore, there's no fighting in the game. It's purely a detective story. That's what Sefton Hill talked about. How it was asked about if there's going to be action in the game, and we can't drive the Batmobile. We can't drive the Batwing. We can't beat anybody up. So I'm thinking, like, Batman VR, even though I'm not going to buy it, I'm interested in it because I can't wait to see, like, yeah, we can get those joysticks and just beat people up, you know, through the cape and cowl. That would be pretty cool. I wouldn't buy it because I can't afford it, but it sounds pretty cool, and I would sure as hell watch somebody else play it, and I still will do that. But as we've learned more and more about the game, it's becoming more into this noir detective story, which you don't really need VR to tell. You don't need that VR novelty. If you were to do a Batman VR game, I think we've got to be beating people up, we've got to be driving the Batmobile, driving the Batwing, and offer that complete Batman experience, because if you're, you know, selling this, be the Batman through the VR cowl and everything like that, but we can't do anything that Batman does, like drive the Batmobile, drive the Batwing, beat people up, and all we can really do is do a little bit of detective work in an enclosed area. That's not going to make me feel like Batman, especially if we don't even have goddamn arms. If I'm looking through my cowl and I don't even see arms, it feels like a Wii game. It honestly does. Now, the gameplay looks fine. The graphics look pretty good. The best way I can describe this is that this experience feels like a novelty. It feels like something that you would play at a GameStop. It would be set up like, you know, they always have a PlayStation and Xbox set up, and you could play it for a little bit. Like, it'd be one of those things you play for 5 minutes and be like, yeah, that was pretty damn cool, but I certainly wouldn't spend $500 to get in. That's how I sort of feel about Batman Arkham VR. This is coming from a pretty avid Arkham fan. I'm just telling you honestly. I do plan on playing the game. I have a LAN center in my area, and hopefully they have PSVR. It's goddamn expensive, $400, so they might not. But I'm definitely going to watch the game. It's something that, you know, I'll watch somebody play through it for an hour. But again, in terms of buying it, I'm interested to see how many units of the VR system this game pushes. I have a feeling it's going to be close to nothing, because I don't know anybody that's going to drop $400 for an hour game. I'm interested to know if you will. Let me know in the comment section below. And if so, it's probably not your money. I mean, not to offend you, but it's probably mom or dad's, or you're very, very rich or something like I don't know. All I can tell you is I certainly can't afford $400 to play an hour-long game. Unless I made a video and the video got like 1 million views or some shit like that. That would be the only way, and I'm not going to bank on that or take that risk. So Batman Arkham VR is a no-go for me, but I can't wait to see what Rocksteady's working on next. That's what disappoints me about the game. You can tell I'm a little bit salty about this, and I am. I'm not going to, you know, debate it or be like, no, I'm not salty. I'm a little bit salty, and the only reason is not because of this game. It's really just because this delays Rocksteady's real next game. This is not their real next game. This is not what they were planning on doing for years and years. This is not their dream project, but a Superman game is, but a Justice League game is. So that game, whatever it may be, you know, Rocksteady's a small studio, 120 employees, something in that range. So it took most of the studio, if not all, for at least a few months to develop this game. So whatever this game is going to come out to be. It is what it is, but it definitely took time, or added time rather, to whenever we're going to be getting that next game. So when we get that next Rocksteady game in 2019, we can know that we could have gotten the game in 2018, but they made that kind of cheesy, dumb Arkham VR game that you can't even beat anybody up as. It's like, okay. I'm not saying that there won't be some cool moments for it or anything like that, or if you weren't intending of already buying VR and then you pick that up for $20. That's another thing. How much is the game going to cost? It's an hour long. I hope it's not more than $15, $10. That's really all it's worth in terms of its shortness. I mean, if you look at Batman Arkham Knight, I have hundreds and hundreds of hours in that game, and I spent 60 on it, really 100 if you include the DLC, but that's a great bargain in terms of how many hours I'm putting in. We'll see if Arkham VR can hold up to that. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on Arkham VR in the comment section below. My name is Slikk, and we'll see you in the next one.